Hi and welcome to JohnRayner.tv. In this episode, it's part six of a series, how to prepare world-class public speeches and presentations. Part 6 of how to prepare world-class public speeches and presentations. You can look at the former videos as part of this series. In part 1 we did an overview or an introduction. In part 2, how to know your audience and target messages best suited for them. Part 3, how to construct a focus message. Part 4 was how to construct an agenda or digestible chunks. Part 5 was how to construct KPs or key points per digestible chunk or agenda heading. And in this episode, part 6, let's look at evidence. Let's look at evidence per digestible chunk or per agenda heading. And for greater clarity, these videos give a very quick overview, but for greater clarity, you're very welcome to download for free my new book, Confident, Powerful and Persuasive Public Speaking. Confident, Powerful and Persuasive Public Speaking. All you need to do is visit JohnRayner.tv, click on the author link, and then you can just submit some details and you can receive the free download. But look, in this particular case, I won't go through everything again, but what is important is that when planning any public speech or presentation or longer document, written message, we always plan starting with the end in mind. Firstly, thinking about our audience. Next, with the actual words we want to say, a focus message or a conclusion. The only reason I'm going to repeat the example conclusion again is because it's critical to understand the rest of the path. I said that if the entire message, because we start up here when we deliver verbally and we work our way through this methodology and through this formula, but we start planning with the end in mind. The focus message is the knockout punch. So if this was a message, hypothetically, if this is a message about veganism and a vegan lifestyle, I wouldn't just finish by saying, oh, I've provided information, or a vegan lifestyle is good, or are there any questions? I would get through all of my presentation, my public speech. Before I get to the focus message, I would ask if there's any questions and make sure there's clarity and clear any confusion. And then I'd give the knockout punch by saying something like, only by way of example, I strongly urge you to consider and even start a vegan lifestyle today, because the benefits are numerous, including perpetual detoxification, clearer thinking, weight loss, restoration of cells, and a stronger and longer life. That would be, hypothetically, my focus message. Then we steal the agenda or digestible chunks from the focus message. Remember, in a verbal communication, a maximum of 5 agenda headings or digestible chunks. With written documentation, because people can remember more that when they read something, you can have up to 9 agenda headings or 9 digestible chunks. In this case, it's just vegan lifestyle, and that becomes the heading of this box here. And the second agenda heading or digestible chunk is benefits, and that becomes the heading here. Then we had a key point. The key point for vegan lifestyle is stolen from the focus message. So in this case, it's, I strongly urge you to consider or start today a vegan lifestyle. Under benefits, you basically repeat what's in the focus message. The key point regarding benefits is there are numerous benefits, including those that I mentioned prior in this video. But now, with evidence, it's really simple. We now have to populate this white space, or these chapters of our book, or these parts of our verbal communication, with both intellectual and emotional evidence to support the key point. And everything targets the key point. Anything outside of that Anything that's could say or should say, eliminate it, ignore it. But everything that is must say in relation to the key point, that's what you add here. Now, this is really important. The majority of communications that we've witnessed over the last 18 years of training and speaking in conferences, the majority of communications that we witness and we evaluate, they are highly IQ or intellectual quotient or intellect dominant. But here's the challenge. All good research shows that a more powerful and a more influential and a more persuasive communication will have a balance of approximately 70% EQ, that's emotional quotient, and about 30% IQ or intellect. So it's not just about putting data and stats and lots of intellect in this white space. When we are given the responsibility to communicate a message, forget the 70-30, forget 60-40, even if it's just 50-50. What I am promoting is that with evidence, make sure that you're putting in stats for intellect, charts, graphs, statistics, anything intellectual that stimulates the mind. But for every piece of IQ or intellectual information that you give, make sure that you support it with emotion. Now, emotion is talking about the heart of the business or the audience and what will touch them emotionally. It's talking about visual, giving stories, analogies, examples, case studies, the list goes on. And in fact, if you look at my book, Confident, Powerful and Persuasive Public Speaking, on the particular page dedicated to evidence, it gives some great ways to populate and most effectively use these evidence boxes. Once you've completed the evidence, that's really the heart of your public speech or your presentation prepared. There are some other boxes we shall populate and complete in next videos, but ultimately, when you are responsible to put together a confident and a powerful and a persuasive public speech or presentation, number one, you gotta know your audience. Number two, plan a focus message or a conclusion or knockout punch that's targeted for and the benefit of your audience. Then an agenda, then key points, and then evidence. And again, download my free book at johnraynor.tv, which explains this in even more detail, or you can contact us if you need help on any specific presentation or public speech or pitch or anything that your business has to do that's valuable to your business in the coming months or year, and we will help you where we can. See you on the next episode of johnraynor.tv. Enjoy wherever you are. Take care.